You are listening to Spilled, a poetry collection by Anthony Barrett Parr, a Red Root Press production, read by the author, Anthony Barrett Parr. A winter hunt. Hot blood, stark rivulets, carve crimson calligraphy into virgin snow, each drop writing testimony the courthouse never heard. My hands shake like autumn leaves clinging to dry branches, body pressed against oak bark, rough as the years that carved me hollow, solid as the resolve I've carried since childhood. Ears pierced by ringing church bells of gunpowder gospel, I hear nothing above this pain, not wind through pines, not his final exhale, not the ravens gathering to witness what justice looks like in January. Sulfur smothers me, thick as the lies he told about loving me tender, about deserving every bruise blooming purple as winter violets, across ribs that learned to crackle like kindling under his drunken weight. Worn leather boots, mother's wedding gift, for walking away from trouble, crunched through snow that will melt come spring, washing away this moment, but not the memory of his hands around my throat. Silver pistol catches fading sunlight like a promise kept, like the wedding ring I pawned for bullets, like the hope I buried with each black eye he painted on my face in shades of devotion. Close, too close. I heard him load the carbine, heard him curse my name like a prayer said backwards, heard him promise what he'd do to me if I didn't come home quiet to his particular brand of love. Nothing prepared me for this. Not Sunday sermons about forgiveness, not women's magazines promising good wives fix broken men, not the sheriff who said marriage is between husband and wife when I showed him photographs my mirror took each morning. Nothing except life of suffering that taught me the difference between dying slowly and dying quick, between martyrdom and murder, between the kind of woman who endures and the kind who decides enough sounds like a gunshot. Mother would be proud of what she wrought, not the bruises she ignored, not the silence she taught me about keeping family secrets, but this moment when her daughter finally learned to bite back with more than tears. Father would carry quiet shame in his breast pocket next to the flask that made him forget he raised me to be prey, that his silence taught men my body was territory they could claim by force. I buried my husband years ago. The man I married exists only in photographs that lie, in wedding vows that burned like cigarettes pressed into my skin, spelling out possession in a language of scars. He had no feelings to worry over, no conscience to wrestle with, when he broke my wrist for burning dinner, when he sold my grandmother's ring for whiskey money, when he brought other women home and made me watch. Crass curses and threats follow my final shot, words that ricochet off trees like prayer bouncing off heaven, like his promises to change bouncing off my closed ears, like hope bouncing off the coffin of this marriage. Smoke burns my watery eyes, the same eyes that cried into pillows night after night, that searched for mercy in his face and found only appetite for my breaking, that now see clearly through cordite and consequence. Finally, there is stillness I can taste, iron and freedom, snow and salvation, the metallic tang of my own blood not spilling for once, staying where it belongs. Even the wind slows to nose about this scene, sniffing the edges of a story it will carry to the mountains, where other women might hear it whispered through pine needles. My colt slides home into leather cradle, worn smooth by practice. By nights I held it, wondering if I had the courage. By mornings I put it away, choosing hope over justice, until hope died too. The only salvation left to me lies smoking in the snow. Not heaven's promise and pie in the sky rewards for earthly suffering, but this moment when I chose to stop being victim and start being survivor. His blood-stained hand lies still before me, that same hand that signed marriage papers, that wore a gold band while wearing out my body, that pointed at me in accusation every time I fought back. Nestled in fresh snow, clean as the slate I am writing now, pure as the life stretched ahead of me like untracked wilderness where no one knows my maiden name or the sound of my screaming. He can't hurt me again. The words fall from my lips like absolution, like the snow that will cover this entire story by morning, like the silence that finally belongs to me alone. Thank you for listening to Spilled, a poetry collection by Anthony Barrett Parr. Visit abparr.com for more work and follow @abparr on all social media. Until next time.